She doesn't even go here. Hey guys, James here with another mukbang. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. If you couldn't guess from the intro, today we're going to be doing a Mean Girls inspired mukbang. And on top of that, we're going to be doing a collaboration. So I'm collaborating with Views on the Road and La Delicia de Linda. I'm going to leave links to their channels down below in the description. The three of us got together and decided to do a collaboration. And what that entails is we're going to be answering 10 questions that we came up as a group. And then on top of that, we're gonna be eating similar food, I hope. It's school lunch food. That's the theme that we decided on because, you know, Mean Girls, there's that very famous scene where they're all in the cafeteria eating school lunches. So today I prepared a sandwich right here. It's turkey ham, provolone cheese, a little guacamole, lettuce, tomato. Of course, this is an essential food group back in the day, which was Flaming Hot Cheetos and some cookies. I also got some apple juice for my drink. It's Wednesday, that's why I'm wearing pink. Hopefully this is pink enough. This was the closest pink that I had in my wardrobe. But if that wasn't enough, I'm also wearing my You Can't Sit With Us tank top, which I have when I went to my friend's bachelorette party in Vegas a few years ago. So let's dig in. Let me give you guys a closer shot of this sandwich action going on here. And I picked up the bread from this Japanese bakery, so I'm hoping that the bread is gonna make the sandwich. So let's get started. Bread's nice and fluffy. I haven't had hot Cheetos in a while. I try to avoid eating chips when I can. But today I said it's essential. Let's take another bite. Apple juice. Very good. All right, let's get to some of these questions. So number one, would you rather fly on a reindeer or a unicorn? I haven't seen either personally, but I feel more inclined to ride on a reindeer. I don't know why that is. I feel like it's more predictable than a unicorn would be. And I guess part of it, I think I might be hating on the unicorn trend, but everything's unicorn themed lately. And so I'm not too into that right now. So I think I would choose the reindeer. All right, question two. What is a weird combination that you do? Food combination, sorry. You know what, as I'm eating these hot Cheetos, I remember going camping one time and my friends introduced me to cream cheese and Flaming Hot Cheetos. It's not even that weird when I think about it because the cream cheese actually helps cool down the spiciness from it. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like I eat cream cheese in a lot of things that people might find weird. So, you know, I like Philadelphia rolls, which is like a salmon California roll with cream cheese in it. I like that a lot, actually. I feel like it's something that I have to get every time I go. I've added cream cheese to my spaghetti before, and I love that. It adds like richness and creaminess to it. So I would say just adding cream cheese to a lot of things that people might not even consider is the weird food combination that I have. I don't think I've had a sandwich for dinner in a while, but it's good. I've been eating pretty bad lately. I wouldn't fit into my spring fling dress if I had to tomorrow, so hopefully go get all of these Mean Girl references that I'm saying today. All right, number 3 is, would you rather someone go through your phone, text messages and all, or through your internet search history? My gut reaction to that one is probably I'd rather them just go through my phone for text messages, just because honestly I'm not on too many text messaging exchanges, and if I am, they're on group ones. All right, question number 4. If the kid version of you were to meet you now, how would they react? I think about that from time to time because, there was a significant part of my career where I was working with kids, and honestly, I don't think they would, the kid version of me probably wouldn't react that much differently. I feel like I'm a big kid at heart. I like to have fun. I like to make learning fun. I like to be silly and not take things too seriously. So I feel like, I would still have a good time if the kid version of me met me. I'm not super strict. So I actually ate in the cafeteria a lot more than bringing my lunch. But on the rare occasions that I would get lunch, my mom would make egg sandwiches, which I think I would appreciate a lot more as an adult. But as a kid, it was probably the equivalent of, like PB&J. I probably didn't like as a kid as much as I like PB&J now. So I was mentioning, like, egg sandwiches were a kind of hard trade, when you have other kids that are bringing, turkey sandwiches and Lunchables. Lunchables were a huge thing to try to get them to trade. But every now and then, I had a friend that I remember, she would trade with me more often than the other kids would, so. All right, so question number 5 is, would I rather have a pet koala or a pet panda? To me, that one's easy. I probably would do a koala. From a size perspective, that just seems a lot more easier to manage. It would be more similar to like a Hadu size versus a big old bear. And currently, Hadu sleeps in the bed with us, so I can't imagine having a panda like there as well. So definitely a pet koala. That one, hands down. I'm going to tell you a secret now. After I film this mukbang, I'm probably going to go back for more Cheetos. It's like a given already. I've already decided in my mind. Alright, so question number 6 is, which member of the plastics are you most like? I would say 60% of the time I'm like Regina George. 40% of the time I'm more like Gretchen Wieners. So, I have my nice side. I have my, you can tell me your secrets. I can like keep those secrets in. But then there's another side of me where it's like, you cross me, I will make sure I can do whatever I can to damage your reputation. I know that sounds really bad, but I just feel like, in general, that doesn't happen to me too often. But I think the quality that I feel like Regina George and I share is like, we like to bring people together. So like for social situations, it's like, throwing parties or inviting people out to things or just connecting with everyone. I think that's the characteristics I really share with her. Maybe not so much the mean part, or at least I'm not going to say out front, because that's not a good thing to share with people, right? So question 7 kind of ties into 6. It asks, what were you like in high school? So me, like, if you guys remember that scene where they first go into the cafeteria, like Katie's going to the cafeteria and they describe the groups, I'm definitely at the Asian nerd table. I wasn't in the cool Asian table. There was clearly a cool Asian group at my high school, but I didn't quite fall into that. I think towards the end of the year, like towards senior year, I was starting to make my way into that group, but it was hard to break out of, being perceived as a nerd because, I took journalism, I was in AP classes, I didn't really play any sports. My extracurricular activities was very academic related, so I definitely was seen as, a smarty pants, goody two-shoe, didn't ditch on senior ditch day type of kid. But, I was nice. I could get along with anyone, despite whatever clique or group they were from. And I think that definitely helped as I was getting older to kind of just transition into making sure that in any social situation, like I can get along with anyone. This bread's really good. I'm looking forward to another sandwich, actually. All right, question number 8. Did you ever have a summer job? If so, what was it? I worked in a movie theater. I think I only had that job for a year, so I may have started beginning of a summer. I know I worked at Thanksgiving, and then I may have quit right before the next summer had started. And I was basically an usher. So that's the guy that's like ripping the tickets as people are coming into the theater, and then making sure the theaters are cleaned after each movie showing. But it's funny that this question's on here because I was just talking to some friends, and I was really bitter that they never put me into a sales type of position because I felt like I could do really well in that, and I never got the opportunity. So I think, I didn't really have a good impression of that summer job. I mean, it was cool. I didn't really even take advantage of, you get the perks of like going to like free movies. I didn't really utilize it that much because, again, I wasn't really into movies at the time, even though I had a job at a movie theater. But yeah, that was my first summer job. Number 9, what is your favorite scene in Mean Girls? This one's tough. I, again, love that movie so much, and I had to really pinpoint certain scenes. There's a few, so I might be cheating by naming multiple scenes, but I really love the talent show scene. I think it's hilarious when they're doing that Jingle Bell Rock number, and then the mom, Amy Poehler, is like in the aisle, like getting down to it too. I think that's hilarious. What other scene was there? I mean, I'm trying to think of the scenes that I repeat in real life a lot. When they introduced the plastics for the first time. So like Katie is talking to her new friends, and I think Regina George gets like carried in by like a group of guys, and there's like a montage of all these people saying like Regina George did this, did that, got punched in the face, and it was awesome. Like, I think that was a brilliant scene because it kind of gave you a glimpse, like a quick glimpse as to like what she's about to get herself into. Those are my top 2 scenes, I'd say. Their PE, physical education outfits or uniforms were much more flattering than I remember having to wear in high school. High school, it was just like, I don't know, you're just wearing like gray on gray, very minimal, like, you just didn't look cute in it. Like, that's all I remember. I just felt like, yeah, it was unflattering, like non-form-fitting clothes to wear for a PE class. Again, the cool kids, they had like other things besides PE, or they had a sport, so they didn't have to wear the PE clothes. All right, and the last question here is, are you happy social media wasn't a big thing when you went to high school? Me personally, I think I'm very happy that I didn't have to grow up in high school with social media. I think even as I'm doing this channel, people on the internet can be so mean, and it's just crazy that you could just be mean towards someone that you don't know anything about. Like, if I watched a video and I didn't like it, the most I would do is just leave the video. I wouldn't even go through the energy of giving a thumbs down. I would just exit out the video and make sure I don't watch it again. But there's other people that feel so inclined to make sure that you know you suck as a person, or they want to bring you down. And I feel like social media has that capability of doing that. And you know, when you're in high school, I feel like you're still creating your identity. There's a lot of insecurities that you can develop, and it doesn't help when someone else is like pointing that out to you. So I'm actually really grateful that we didn't have that, or it wasn't as prevalent back then. I mean, come June, it'd be like, see you later, Paul, and then you don't see Paul for 2 months later, and then you find out what happened that summer. But the way it is now, you can keep tabs on people all throughout the summer. And I think that's one of the reasons why, like, at least from a high school reunion perspective, we never really had one, because, all of these social media platforms came around, so you just kind of kept tabs on people. And so it kind of was redundant to have, like, a reunion face-to-face with someone. These cookies are good, so if you guys ever go to Trader Joe's, they sell them in like this little bucket. I can eat a bunch of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post these same questions down below in the comments. Feel free to let me know what you guys think for any of those questions. I'd love to hear your answers. Specifically, number 6, which member of the plastics you are most like and why? And number 9, what is your favorite scene in Mean Girls? I'm really curious about those 2 questions. It's funny because I can't tell you how many times I've been in a setting where, I don't know that many people. I'll give you 2 examples I can think of. Like, one time I went to a Yelp event and I didn't know anyone at that table. Like, I was by far the oldest one there. Everyone was in their early 20s. How am I going to connect with them? So I started like making references to Mean Girls, and people just started eating it up. Like, it was so easy to connect with people after we all found like something in common, and it was, that movie. So I remember, that helped a lot. And then I went to a party like 2 weeks ago, and again, I only knew a handful of people there. And once I got thrusted in a situation where I didn't know that many people, I started, quoting the movie or like doing a dance thing from it. And again, it just helped. It helped me not feel like, I don't have anything in common with this person. Because I just feel like if you don't like this movie, there's something wrong with you. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's such a good movie that I don't understand why someone wouldn't like it. Don't put me in your burn book, please. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this collaboration. Again, make sure you guys check down below in the description for the links for Views on the Road and La Delicia de Linda's channel. I'm really excited to see their videos. Every time I do a collaboration, I'm just curious what the other YouTuber is like putting together, and I have no doubt it's going to be very fun and interesting to watch. Again, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. Send me a candygram maybe. and subscribe so you get more content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.